If you're constantly looking for your kitchen towel, it slips off your shoulder, it's not on the hook when you need it when you're cooking, this little simple sewing project will solve that problem. Today I'm showing you how to make a scarf towel that keeps the towel right where you need it, hands-free. This towel sits comfortably around your neck and the towel ends are right here where you need them. No slipping, no searching. They're great for drying your hands, wiping the counter down, and is really quite comfortable. I'm Jan Howell. Welcome to my channel. Let me show you how simple and quick they are to make. This project doesn't require a lot of materials and supplies. All you need is a kitchen towel, some quilter's cotton or cotton fabric. This is a good time to use some of your fabric scraps. A rotary cutter and mat come in handy, and ruler, or you can just use a pair of fabric scissors. You'll need some fabric clips or some pins, your sewing machine of course, and an iron and ironing board. Kitchen towels come in various sizes. I find that they range anywhere from 15 to 18 inches wide by 25 by 28 inches long. Some of them are made of terry cloth, some of them are made of linen, and you can use whatever you prefer. The towel that I'm using today measures 16 by 26 inches. You'll want to remove the tag or labels. Take your towel, fold it in half, line up the bottom edges of the towel. I like to take my scissors, lie them flat, and just cut along that folded edge. And then I like to take my rotary cutter and ruler and just get rid of all those uneven edges and the fuzzies. To make the pleats in the towel, we're going to fold the towel in half and mark the halfway point with the pin. We're going to open the towel up with the right side facing up, bring the side edges up to the center point, and then fold it in on itself, bringing all the edges to that outer edge. Flip it over and then fold it over one more time to bring those edges to the center point. And I like to use pins to pin it in place. Then we're going to do the other side. Bring the right side facing up again, bring that other edge to the center, and then fold it back on itself to the fold. Flip it over and bring those folds to the center point again. And do the same thing with the other towel. Now, to make sure this stays in place, I like to take it to the sewing machine. I know it's an extra step, but I like to, about an inch from the raw edges, just baste it in place. No need to backstitch. This will really help keep those points in line. To get the measurement of our neck piece, you'll need to measure the folded towel. This is 4 inches, so I'm going to double that, so 4 by 4, and then I'm going to add 1.25 inches for the bulk of the towel. If you have a really thick terry towel, you might want to add 1.5 inches. So I'm going to cut my neck piece 9.25 inches. To prepare your fabric, you'll need to find the square edge. You need to square it off, and you can do that by using the lines on your cutting mat to line that up. This piece that I'm working with is pretty square because I've used it before. But you'll line that up, line up the selvage edges, and make a straight cut. Really important to start with. You can double that up if you want, but make sure your fold and your selvage edges are parallel and lined up. I'm just going to clean off these edges since they have frayed a bit since I've used this piece of fabric. Now, most fabrics on the bolt come 44 inches. You can cut your neck piece anywhere from 42 to 44 inches. So I like to cut my neck piece 44 inches, I'm going to cut off the selvage edges, which is about a 1/2 inch from each edge, and then cut the fabric to the length that you want. Like I said, 42 to 44 inches. Fold it in half again. So we're lining up the fold and the top edges. We're just going to mark where we're going to leave an opening. So I'm going to measure 3 inches from the folded edges right there, and just use my scissors to make a little clip in the fabric. I'm going to open that up, right sides facing up, and then fold it in half. Line up those clipped marks, and I like to use red pins or a different color of pin so I'll know not to sew between those red pins. And then just pin the rest in place, and you can use clips if you want. And then we're going to just sew down that long edge to make a tube. I like to put down a piece of painter's tape of that 1/2 inch mark just to help my eye, especially when you're sewing on a long piece of fabric right there. It just helps keep that seam allowance where you want it to be. Back stitch at the beginning and sew down to that first red pin. Then you'll back stitch and then bring it down to that other red pin and start sewing again, back stitching. Back stitching at the end. Then we're going to bring it to the ironing board. I like to finger press it first and then press the seam allowance open. That's where this little mini iron comes in handy, because it's not going to press those outer edges and crease that. It gets right to the seam. Now this is the tricky place, and a really cool way that I found to get that inside. Fold up the end of your towel and then clip it with a safety pin. I'm going to wad that up and stick it inside that tube. Use a painter's stirring stick or your turning stick to shove it down inside. Just use your fingers and try to get those edges and the center points lined up. I like to take my fingers in there and spread them wide, and then you can pin or clip that in place. Again, I like to use pins. Do that for both sides. And then you're going to stitch using your 1/2 inch seam allowance, making sure those center points stay together, and then back stitch. And do that for the other side as well. This is where that basting will really come in handy. Otherwise, it seems like those center points can get off and you won't have a straight towel. You clip off the seam allowance, and then you simply stick your hand inside, grab the towel, and pull it out. And look how nice that towel looks inside. There aren't any overlapping on the edges, and it just turns out really nice. Remove your safety pins, and then you can press that in place. Now to close up that sewing hole that we left and to narrow the neckline, fold that bottom edge up, and where we left the seam allowance open, we're just going to take it to the sewing machine and top stitch. So we're closing it up, and we're also narrowing that neckband to make it more comfortable on the neck. I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and at the end, just 1/8 of an inch from the folded edges. And give it one more final pressing. And then you can take it to the sewing machine and top stitch. I like starting about 1/8 of an inch from the fabric edge, and then I like to go another 1/2 inch from that. So it's a double top stitch. And this is optional, of course, but it does look nice. Clip your threads. And then most of you know that I like adding a label or a tag. It just seems to add some character and uniqueness to your projects. Place that in the center back of your neck. I find is a good place. And doesn't that look cute? I've added a different one to that. Wasn't that simple and quick to make? Such a handy thing to have in your kitchen, and they make great gifts. I have several other combinations of towels and fabric already lined up to make some more. I hope you found that helpful. If you like my content, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you want to find other DIY projects and tutorials, check out my website, youmakeitsimple.com, where I have my patterns and my printables all there ready for you to access. Have a wonderful day. Have fun sewing. Have fun in the kitchen. And we'll see you in the next tutorial.